You started your business for freedom, yet so many business owners get trapped in the grind, working massive hours and sacrificing everything in the pursuit of success. Alex Hormozi, Gary Vee, these experts are telling you to hustle and do the work no matter how you feel, and sure, that gets you more money, but at what cost? In this video, I'll break down the mindset shifts I used to build a $15 million business that runs itself while still having the freedom to enjoy life. After coaching over 1,000 business owners, the biggest thing that I hear every day is, I want to scale, which is great. You want to make more money and help more people. But what does scale actually mean? For me, scaling meant sacrifice and stress. More team members, more problems, more fires to put out, and more expenses. Sure, revenue went up, but my quality of life went down. I had less peace and was chronically stressed with the weight of the world on my shoulders, and every single day was chaos. This lack of peace meant I was struggling to be present. My mind was going a million miles an hour, and I couldn't switch off after a long day to be there for my wife or children. And my only purpose became making money and scaling, which meant I'd lost the vision for the business in the first place, which was to create freedom. I was trapped in the grind, and I didn't feel fulfilled by what I did because I was doing things I didn't enjoy every single day. And the worst part was that I stopped having fun. But you would know the grind. You sacrifice your hobbies, you sacrifice your family, and you sacrifice yourself to make more money and grow the business, aka scale. Now, there is nothing wrong with wanting to go bigger, make more money, and scale your revenue. But if you're sacrificing peace, presence, purpose, or freedom, fulfillment, and fun, you're probably playing the wrong game. So why do we sacrifice so much in the pursuit of success? Rick Rubin says the work is grueling no matter what. And even when you make it through, when the doors finally open, success can arrive without bringing the feeling you thought it would. Nobody prepares you for success, and you may have a dream of what it's like, and you may think the success is going to fill some hole you have in your soul. You work your entire life for the success that's going to fill the hole, and you finally get the success, and the hole is the same. The goal almost never fixes the problem. It's something inside yourself. Now, what does this actually mean? We believe that when we hit a certain number in our bank account or a revenue target, then we can be happy. When we achieve the goal, then we can switch off and relax. And this thinking is completely backwards. I call this the disease of more, where nothing is ever enough, because when you really get to the truth, there's a part of you that feels like you're not enough. And this wound of not being enough permeated my entire business and my life. I'd see Hormozi or people on social media with the nicer business, the nicer house, or the nicer car, and I felt like I needed that without once stopping to ask, is this what I truly want? So how do we scale our business the right way? Well, the question to ask yourself is, what do you actually want? And I guarantee it's not just to scale revenue, but instead to generate a bucket load of profit. Because revenue is vanity and profit is sanity. What you're actually looking for inside of business is at least $1 million a year in profit. That's money in your bank account to fuel your dream life. And it's not that hard to achieve when you follow the right steps. I'll get into those on the channel. But when you build your business through this lens, it goes from being your identity to becoming a vehicle with one job, to create a life where work or business become optional, to be able to retire whenever you want. You can work if you want, but if you want to take a year off to travel with your family, you can do that. If you want to go have fun and play some golf, you can do that. If you want to take a week away from things without worrying about shit burning to the ground, you can do that. All because you've made enough profit to fuel your dream life. It's about scaling profit, not revenue. But it's not just about scaling profit, it's about doing it in a way where you enjoy the journey. You can switch off and relax. You have mental freedom, emotional freedom, and time freedom while working towards financial freedom. Because if your business is a prison where you feel trapped in the grind, I guarantee you'll sacrifice what you truly want in the pursuit of success. And how do you know you're sacrificing? Well, it just feels fucking hard. You're pushing a boulder up a hill. You're constantly dealing with problems and you're not enjoying the process. You're constantly stressed and triggered and you're trying to get to the next level without enjoying the journey of where you are today. This happened to me. I had a very successful business making millions a year, but I couldn't even give my family an hour of present time where I wasn't thinking about all the problems. You're gonna feel the sacrifice. You might already feel it today and you don't have to feel it moving forward. Now, all of this sounds simple in principle, but it's difficult to implement because you're so damn busy. You've got a business to run, marketing, sales, delivery, and operations, and every single day there is a massive to-do list. And it can often feel like you don't have enough time to fit everything in. And that's true. The raw truth is that you don't have enough time, But it's a little bit different to how you might be thinking. The average lifespan for a male in most Western countries is about 82 years. So if you're 32, you have 50 years of life left. If you're 42, you have 40 years of life left. But that number is not actually accurate because you spend at least a third of your life working and a third of your life sleeping. So you need to divide that remaining time left by 3, which means if you're 32, you only have 16 years of life left. If you're 42, you only have 13 to 14 years of life left. But going a step further, how much of that time do you actually spend living in the moment, enjoying the journey, and loving life? Most business owners spend all their time in the future thinking about their to-do list, thinking about all the stressful things on their plate. This means 60 to 80% of their time is spent in the future. We then spend time in the past, triggered and worried about things that have already happened, things that didn't work, so we're not really in the present. So if you spend 10 to 20% of your time in the present, if you've only got 13 years or 16 years of life left, 20% of that is 2 to 3 years of present life. You're going to fucking die. One day you will not be there for your children or your parents or the people that you're working so hard for. It's not about being more busy or doing more work. It's about finding ways to do more productive work that you love and enjoy every single day. One of the biggest ways that I was able to scale my business to millions of dollars a year of profit was by learning how to delegate the things that I didn't enjoy, to build the right systems and processes so I was only doing the work that I loved, which meant business was fun again. It was fueling my dream life. And this allows me to now spend time with my children at the end of each day. I take my daughter to kickboxing. I have weekends off. You can have work-life balance while building a very successful business, but it requires a mindset shift to stop being busy and to start being productive with the time that you have left. The reality is you can have it all. You do not need to grind, struggle, stress, or sacrifice to have the life that you're working towards. You can have a phenomenal business that runs itself while working 30 hours a week. You can have a healthy body, a bulletproof mind that's able to handle anything, and great intimate relationships with the people you're working so hard for. But this is a massive mindset shift that might feel hard to believe with your current situation. But ultimately, if your business is not providing you with the life that you want and the ability to have it all, it fundamentally means something is broken. Maybe you have the wrong team. Maybe your expenses are far too high. Maybe you're focusing on shit that isn't productive. The most likely culprit, though, preventing you from having it all is focusing on this disease of more and not actually defining what your dream life costs. I've helped countless business owners realize that they need far less than they think they do. For me, I thought I needed $10 million in my bank account to have a great life. So that's all I worked towards, sacrificing everything else. I then did this thing called a life by design exercise, which I'll teach you on the channel. So subscribe if you want to see that. But I've realized that that number is far lower and I'm much closer than I actually think. I stopped looking at my business as my identity, which is hard to do because this is your baby. This is the thing you've poured into. And instead, I now look at my business as a vehicle to hit my freedom number. This is the number of liquid investments that I need and you need to be able to live your dream life where business becomes optional. And you can hit that number while loving life every single day. But you can do the things you enjoy, spend time with the people you love. If you can achieve that, you've won the game. But it begins with believing that you can have it all across business, across life, and all the things that actually matter, which aren't just business. I won't pretend that this mindset shift will happen overnight. If you're stuck in the disease of more, if you're constantly trying to scale, and if you're sacrificing in that process, it won't change immediately. Despite the fact that you're going to die, life is the longest journey you will ever take. I still have problems in my business and stresses that come up, but it's amazing being in a position where you can have complete peace, where I can switch off and relax at the end of the day, where I can work towards my freedom number, enjoying the things I do. It's about actually having the mindset and the tools and the clarity that it is possible for you. So how do you implement this in your business or your life? It begins with getting to the raw truth. Are you sacrificing happiness, peace, presence, and purpose in the pursuit of success? Are you telling yourself that when you hit a certain number in your bank account or when you hit that revenue target, then you can have freedom, fun, and fulfillment? If the answer is yes, it's not your fault. Everyone on social media tells you that this is the way to win. Work more, grind, hustle. But if you watch this far, you probably realize there's more to life than just making money. That extra zero in your bank account doesn't make you happier. Money is important, but so is loving the game. I'm sure Alex Hormozi loves the game and gets a ton of fulfillment working 18 hours a day. However, he's not in your shoes. Maybe you have other things you want to do in life other than just work. If that's the case, the first step is making a decision and telling yourself it's time to change something. Fuck the grind. How can I have it all? How can I experience life to its fullest and enjoy the journey while working towards freedom? If that's something you feel like you don't have the answer to, or you want support with, then what I'd love for you to do is share your thoughts down below in the comments. I'd love to hear about your struggles you have in business and the sacrifices you're making in the pursuit of success. Business can feel like a lonely journey, and it often seems like no one understands. I want you to know that you're not alone. These thoughts you have, these emotions you feel, they're completely normal, but they don't have to be the driver to achieve success anymore to hit that target. You can have it all, but it requires a radical mindset shift. If you got value from this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'll talk through how I built a business to multiple millions in profit a year while working 20 to 30 hours a week. I'll walk you through the systems that I've put together that have helped my clients take back 20 to 40 hours a week. And I'll get into the logistics on how you can do the same. But ultimately, none of it changes until you shift what's going on up here. So at any rate, I'd love to hear from you down below. Has this resonated with you? What are you experiencing? Feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll see you for the next video. Tony Versick out.